Hello guys, it's your boy Drop by Legend here, and today is going to be game week, I believe 16 of the Premier League game week predictions. I'm going to show you guys the games that are going to be happening this weekend before the World Cup. And without further ado, let's get started. So 12:30 is going to be Manchester City against Brentford. Now City, their last game was a win against. If it will load up right now, I've got my computer with me. City. Come on. They managed to beat Fulham by 2-1. Erling Haaland was on the bench. He came on, scored the winning penalty. Fulham did give them a good game though, and Cancelo was sent off. Brentford, they managed to get a draw. I believe, if I can say, if it will load up very quickly for me. Even though they lost on penalties against Gillingham last night. Oh, I need to do this again. Sorry guys. So sorry. So sorry. Oh, why is this one? Yeah, it was a 2-2 draw against Nottingham Forest, that last game. City, they were looking to try and put pressure on Arsenal. And Brentford, they're currently sitting 11th on the table. But I see nothing but a City win that one. So I'm going for a City win. Bournemouth against Everton. Now, Bournemouth are currently sitting on 17th on the table, whilst Everton are sitting 16th on the table. Now, Everton lost 2-0 against Leicester, whilst Bournemouth, they lost against, if it was sharp again, it was a 4-3 defeat against Leeds. That game was a 7-goal thriller. It was a cracking game, by the way. I think Everton will come back from their loss against Leicester, so I'm going for a Everton win. Liverpool against Southampton. Now, Liverpool, their last game was a win against Spurs, 2-1. Well, Southampton's last game, who are currently sitting on 18th on the table, who also sacked the manager, by the way. If you didn't hear the news, they have sacked him. They lost 4-1 against Newcastle. Now, Liverpool managed to win the game just about against Spurs, and I think Liverpool will definitely win this game before going to the World Cup, so I'm going for a Liverpool win. Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. Now, Nottingham Forest got a 2-2 draw against Brentford, whilst Crystal Palace, they managed to win their game against Crystal Palace. We'll check here. Come on. It was a 2-1 win against West Ham. Now, these two teams are very good. I mean, no. Nottingham Forest are in the relegation zone, right? They're in the relegation zone. They are 20th in the table, whilst Palace are sitting 10th, so they're doing better than Nottingham Forest. Palace will win that game, even though going to their pitch, Nottingham Forest's ground is not easy to play out. But I think Palace will win the game, so Palace win. Tottenham against Leeds. Now, Tottenham lost 2-1 against Liverpool, whilst Leeds beat Bournemouth by 4-3. Despite Leeds are doing quite well right now, they won 2 games in a row. They're sitting 12th, while Spurs are sitting 4th on the table. I think Spurs will be too much for them, so I'm going for a Tottenham win. West Ham against Leicester. Now, West Ham lost their game against Palace, whilst Leicester managed to beat Everton by 2-0. West Ham are sitting, I believe, 15th, whilst Leicester City are sitting 14th on the table. And I think West Ham will come back. They'll come back stronger, so I'm going for a West Ham win. Right, the 5:30 kickoff is going to be Newcastle against Chelsea. Now, Newcastle are absolutely flying. And I repeat, they are flying in the league so far. They have won so many games. They won 7 games so far, only losing once. And that was against Liverpool, which was a very tough one to take in the last minute. But, it's against Liverpool. Yeah, they were unlucky that game because they were winning as well, and then they just lost in the end. Well, Chelsea, they were looking to bounce back because Chelsea, first and foremost, we lost against Brighton, and then our last defeat was against Arsenal. Now, Chelsea were not in the game at all against Arsenal. Arsenal bullied them from start to finish, and we'll be looking to get a quick response. Even though Chelsea will be playing against Manchester City today in the Carabao Cup in the 3rd round at the Etihad, so it's not going to be an easy game. This is Manchester City for crying out loud. Newcastle are a good team. They're a very good team, and they've proved it so far this season. And it's going to be a tough one for Chelsea. It's going to be very tough. I'm not expecting a win, so that's why I'm going to say a draw in that one. Wolves against Arsenal. That's going to be the 7:30 kickoff. I believe that should be on BT, if I'm not mistaken. Wolves are currently sitting 19th on the table, while Arsenal are, I hate to say it, but I have to say it, they're first on the table and they are title contenders. And Wolverhampton's last game, if it will allow me, they did lose against... Let me just check here real quick. Okay, yep. They lost 3-2 against Brighton Wolves. Was also beaten Chelsea by 1 goal. You know, it could have been worse if also for Thiago Silva was making some insane saves. And I feel like if Arsenal wins this game against Wolves, then guess what? Then Arsenal will finish in top of the table, heading to the World Cup, and potentially heading into the new year as leaders. So it's a big game for Arsenal, but I'm going to say an Arsenal win. Even though Wolves might make it difficult for them, but I'm going to say an Arsenal win. And then Sunday, the 13th of November, only 2 games for you guys. Brighton against Aston Villa. And Aston Villa absolutely battered Man United by, I believe, 4 goals to 1. Or is it 3-1? Let me check real quickly. By the way, Aston Villa got a new manager, Emery, who is a Europa League beast. You know, he likes to win Europa League. They beat Man United by 3 goals to 1. And Brighton managed to just about beat Wolves. Now, these 2 teams, Brighton are currently sitting 16th. Well, not 16th, but on 6th on the table, whilst Aston Villa sitting 12th on the table. I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say a draw on that one. A draw will be a fairer sort of thing between those 2 teams. And finally, the last game on Sunday before the World Cup is going to be Fulham against Man United. Now, Fulham are sitting 9th on the table. They did lose 2-1 against City, which was very tough for them to take because they were actually in that game. They were in the game until the last minute of the game where they gave away a very bad penalty. Whilst United, they were looking to respond quickly after they lost against Aston Villa 3-1. Craven Cottage has proven not to be the easiest place to play up because Fulham are a tricky side and they're doing good so far. They're doing a lot better than many people expected. I thought they're going to be in a relegation fight, but they are currently sitting 9th on the table, so they are making some improvements. And but I do believe that Man United will be back to their best, so I'm going to say a United win. So those are my predictions for this weekend's games. Don't forget the World Cup will be taking place on the 20th of November, so no Premier League games will be played until after the World Cup. And I've already done my World Cup group stage predictions. I will leave a link in the description down below. And this has been Drop a Legend here. Take care and enjoy the World Cup, people. And don't forget, I'll be doing predictions in the knockout stages as well. So stay tuned to that one. Take care and goodbye.